Hi everyone. Unfortunately this is part 3. I didn't think it'd be in 3 parts, but here we are. If you've not watched part 1 and 2, definitely to get context on this, you're going to need to, because you're going to wonder what the hell's going on when I start playing the rest of this audio. But this is to continue what I was talking in the previous video about DI Kate Kennedy and her version of our communication and actually what actually happened, which I've been proving, which, like I keep saying, I shouldn't have to do. I shouldn't have to be put in this stressful situation where I'm having to disclose these things on the internet. But I'm not the only one who has been criminalised or been trying to criminalise by the police, how they ignored crime after crime after crime, how the attitude towards me, how they've spoken to me, how they've been with me has affected my mental health, my physical health and my life. And it's got to the point where we believe this is the only way forward now. I have told DI Darren Irving. I probably should contact other police officers to let them know, but I think they'll be aware, because I'm sure DI Darren Irving's probably told them what I'm planning on doing. But at the end of the day, they've left me with no choice. I've tried with them time and time again. They don't want to know, they ignore things, they don't even respond. They're letting things constantly happen to me. I live in an horrific situation. It's ongoing, it's getting worse, crime after crime's happening, and the crimes are getting bigger and worse, and I can't live my own life. I can't do what I want, I can't go where I want, I can't leave when I want, come back when I want. Like, it's just horrific. I know obviously at the moment I'm just talking about the police's actions, but I will start talking about what's actually happened. Maybe not massively in details, because knowing the police, they're probably going to give the information of this channel to the neighbours, due to the fact that they've already given them one of my social medias, which you can't actually find without actually knowing the name. But there you go. And I've been hounded online because of that. And everything I'm saying I do believe to be true, and I can back up everything, as I think you're getting that now. So in the last video, I got to the point where I make a disclosure to DI Kate Kennedy, and I had to stop because I can't put the disclosure in a video on here. But if anyone from the media wants the whole video, you can either have it directly from me, or I can give a link, because I have been warned the police that may try and get my phones off me to try and stop me from putting further things up. But obviously by the time this has gone up, I probably would have had countless videos up, probably maybe 10, and I will have videos already scheduled before this, so the videos will be coming. And also I do have backups in places that I can get if the police do decide to target me and take my phones off me and cause me more distress. So, you know, I have been told that potential will happen, and that, you know, they'll do everything they can. And, you know, obviously it will cause me distress, it will make me feel extremely down, it will affect my life, it will affect everything. But, you know, they've affected my life for 3 years, so we get to the point where I've basically made a disclosure, and then this is like maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds afterwards, there is a bit where it kind of goes back to, I just heard it, what does it basically discusses who I disclosed it to and stuff, and like that kind of thing. And I'm not going to play that, but then this is what happens after that. So as you can see or hear, she's made arrangements to come and see me. Like, yes, she says she might not be able to because she's the only one on in the county, which I know is true. But she did say, like, she'll ring me anyway, and then, like, we'll make arrangements. That never happened. So there you go. My account is very different to D.I. Kennedy's, but as you can see, I've got the receipts to back it up, and I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to have to do this. But this happened 2.5 years ago, and I gave her opportunity. I didn't even put a complaint in for like 6 weeks, 7 weeks. And then she said she tried to contact me. No, she didn't. I had no missed calls from that time. And she said again she tried to contact me that day. She didn't. And then she's saying she can't contact me because I did a video. And I did that video. And I can't even remember the video. But, you know, it will still be on here because I wouldn't have deleted it. I'll tell you that much. I would not have deleted it. And if it did go up anywhere, it would be on this channel. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, she should be the bigger person. And she should have, like, if it was me, right? If I was the police officer and I knew someone made the video in frustration because I'd said I'd do something, and then, you know, I did try and contact her a few times afterwards and she didn't get back to me. So, me thinking, well, how can I just say, like, this is happening, no one's contacting me? That's would have been my mind thought on doing the video, and I probably did that video months later. It wouldn't have been initially, it would have been months later. It would have probably been after I'd made a report to the unprofessional standards, and I would have done a video because I would have been upset that no one's listening to me. And she wasn't. Like, as you can see on the phone, she's all friendly to me. She's like, I'll come and see you, we'll have a sit down chat, and that never actually happened. So if I did do a video, now I can't confirm or deny it. I know I did do a video about Kate Kennedy. And she's saying I talked about Tim Brown. Again, am I likely to talk about a DCI in a video when he's got a lot of power? I mean, if I did, I must have been very stressed out because I can't imagine that I would do. But, you know, she's saying that I did. But again, I can't tell you if I did or didn't talk about him, but I know I did talk about her in a video, but that would have been pure frustration. So there is a video here. I did two apparently. One called, let me turn the volume down so I can click on it to see the full title. I mean, I must have been frustrated. I called it Detective Inspector Kate Kennedy from Blackburn CID is a liar, but I think, you know, I have potentially proved that. And that was the 6th of February 2022. Even though she said in the report that I'd already made the video. Was that the first one? There's a second one. When was the other one made? The other one was the 6th of February 2022. They were both from the same day, I think. So she's saying that I'm 6th of October 2021. I made a video. It was only viewed 59 times, and I believe I took it down within a week of putting it up. But I would have. I don't know what I said. Should we have a listen? Hold on, I clicked on something else by then. I can't play that one. I accidentally clicked on another video. Sorry if I go quiet. I've just lost where it is. I literally just saw it and now I can't see it. I think I need to get down to Specsavers. I can't I see it? Well, that's fun because he's just literally disappeared. But their actions to... Oh my god. I'm clicking on all sorts here. I don't know what's wrong with me. Their actions towards me get... Those eagle-eyed viewers will realise this is a second version of a video. I posted a version, I don't know, 16 hours ago. 14 hours ago, I don't know. This is from the 6th of Feb 2022, by the way. I was in a really bad mood. In fact, I'm still in a bad mood. The police have affected my mood for an entire year now, but their actions towards me get worse and worse and worse because they keep lying. And professional standards have investigated something that's took them 6 months, yet they've not bothered to contact me once during the investigation to ask me my side of things, and also they've not tried to get evidence off me because they don't want evidence and they don't want my side of the story, even though I'm the complainant, because it'll make their job of covering it up even harder, because that's all they do. They cover up stuff, they don't give a shit what's happened, and they just help their colleagues cover up their abuse, right? So I'm going to expose every single lie. I'm not going to give too much away in the videos because if the police watch them, they'll know what I know and then they'll try and cover up their lies, where they're not going to get the opportunity to cover up the lies. So I'm just going to say the bare minimum, but I'm going to tell you what a bunch of lying abusers of power and neglect of duty of care that they have towards me. The vicious, vile, nasty people. I think I was in a bad mood. Yeah, I mean, what point do I get to Kate Kennedy? Because this is apparently about Kate Kennedy. Let's skip it a bit. Then everyone sides with the police officer in professional standards who with a smirk on the face because I've been told the colleagues, unless they're directly involved, shouldn't even be told themselves. Their own crimes of murder London. If you police and they're being policed by... Oh, I'm literally ranting about professional standards, so we won't be listening to that. But I can't find the other video. Like, I don't understand where it's actually gone. But yeah, as you can see, I was getting irate about the police. I mean, by this point, this was like 2 years ago. They'd been involved for over a year. They'd been involved in this harassment thing predominantly since January 2021. 3 years ago. So... that video, I'm clearly getting frustrated with the police. For some reason, it's only showing me the videos that are active. Why can't I see these videos anymore? What have I done? I'm literally looking for that video that I literally just had in front of me. Yeah, they've isolated me deliberately. They've gone out the way to make sure I've got no support from anyone, any outside agencies, anything whatsoever. They've isolated me from my doctor. They've done everything they can to make sure that I've got no help, no support from anywhere, because they want to abuse me. They want to let other people abuse me, and they want to... I don't mean the police want to physically abuse me, by the way. I mean, they've been abusive verbally towards me. But yeah, there is a video up about her, but this one's Feb 2022. And and like she's saying that in December that I've put a video up about her, but I can find one from October, but as you heard when I was playing it, it's 5 minutes 39 long, and I'm ranting and raving about the police in general. Though I couldn't find where I've talked about her in it. Now I will watch it back when I'm not filming, because as you heard, I was ranting, like really ranting, because I was they'd clearly done something to upset me, and yeah, I'm ranting in it basically. And I got to 3-4 minutes into it, like I was going forwards, and I don't mention Kate or Tim Brown. So she's saying that I've mentioned him. I haven't found it at this point, but like I said, I can't confirm or deny that I've said these things because I haven't watched these videos back. Like, there's 2 of them, I've not watched them back. And there's only one, there's two from February 2022, but one, I mean, it's got 8 views. I must have put it up and took it straight down. Because I do sometimes say things without thinking and put things up on there. And then I'm like, oh God, I might have said too much. Not in like a malicious way, like I might have give away what I know about them kind of way. But yeah, I don't believe that from memory that I have talked about Tim Brown in a negative way. I might have said that Tim knows and Tim's done nothing, but I don't think I would have said anything else about him, because at the end of the day, Tim's not the one who's lied. Tim's not the one who's given a totally alien version of what's actually happened, because it's so far removed from what actually happened, what Kate has said, that it's just unreal. But I will watch those videos and I will see what I say about Tim, but I can't imagine I would have said anything other than Tim's not contacting me, Tim's not replying. This is the kind of thing I think I would have said. I wouldn't have said it all, but it would have been along the lines of like, Tim's ignoring me, Tim's not responding, Tim's aware of the crime. That's the sort of thing. I don't think I would have said anything else. I definitely wouldn't have said Tim's lied, because as far as I'm aware, Tim hasn't lied to me. That's just my opinion. I mean, if anyone wants to prove me wrong, feel free to do so, but as far as I'm aware, DCI Tim Brown has never lied to me. So I can't imagine I would have said anything about him regarding that in a video. The most I would have said, thinking about it and thinking, even if I was in a bad mood, which I seem to be in that 5 minute summit one, there's no way I would have insulted Tim. There's no way I would have said anything other than Tim's aware of it, Tim's done nothing about it. I think that's as far as I would have gone. Now, Tim has the power to do something, and he hasn't. And there's going to be part 4, because I will conclude this on a different note. It's to do with the same thing, but, you know, I'm done with the Kate Kennedy part now. But as you can see, I have proved it. I have proved nothing's been said that she's saying has been said. And yeah, the truth of what happened has been put in this video. The only thing I've not put in here is the disclosure made to it. I do personally think it's highly inappropriate for me to make that disclosure on here, because at the end of the day, this video is just about Kate saying that I didn't make the disclosure. Yes, I did. I do stop the video. The disclosure weren't very long, like I said in another video. I just say it as quickly as I can just to say it, get it out. I've always been like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've frustrated my doctor, because she asked me something and I'll tell her like a 10-minute story in about 32 seconds, because I just say it quickly, because I don't like talking about things. But if the media want to hear it, I mean, I know they won't be able to print it, because obviously it's me making a disclosure, but I can prove to anyone in the media that I have made a disclosure. But there is one more part to this, because obviously I made a disclosure to Kate. Kate didn't contact me. Kate's told a very unique version of events that was so unique it wasn't the actual events, but I can't even tell you why Kate decided to do that. Kate, you know, has done whatever she's done. For whatever reason, Kate's decided to do that. I'm not Kate. I can't think like Kate. I do believe I've met Kate in the past. That name sticks out to me. I feel like I know when I'm... Well, there's one thing that sticks in my head when I think I've met her. But there's something that niggles away at me that I've met her somewhere. I don't mean that she's necessarily been involved in anything regarding me, but I've definitely know of her. I don't know why at that time. And if you like heard the video where I said to her, like, I know you're from somewhere. I do know her from somewhere, but I do have one idea that came to me not too long ago, in the last few months, where I think where our paths might have crossed, but our paths have crossed somewhere for me to know her name. I don't remember names easily. Like, I have to hear a name quite a few times for it to stick, unless it's like a first name. So for me to recognise that name, I've met her somewhere before, and you know, I might eventually find out where I've met her, but I know she's not had, as far as I'm aware, she's not had any direct involvement with me, but I've obviously come across her somewhere. I don't think it's to do with any of those departments that she mentioned. I think she said that she's worked in other departments, but I've definitely met her somewhere, and maybe that's why she felt the need to tell a different version of the story. I don't know, but like I said, I can't answer for Kate's reasoning behind this. I can't understand why she's told a different version of it. I can't understand why she was quite childish about the fact, yeah, I've gone and done a video and said, look, I've tried to disclose things to the police, they're not helping me. Because, you know, frustration at the end of the day, they are upsetting me, they are causing me to feel suicidal. I mean, I took an OD because of a DC once, so that's why I'm reluctant to speak to CID, because she was part of CID. So, you know, and I do explain in the video that I've not had the best experience with CID. Is that the bit I cut out? I did cut a brief bit out after the disclosure, but I haven't had the best time. I mean, Craig Atkinson's CID, and he was being pushy and telling me things that weren't necessarily true, and I had to speak to Tim Brown because he was getting me so stressed out. You can't stress someone out when they're under a lot of pressure because they're being hounded non-stop by the neighbours, and like I said, this disclosure isn't to do with the harassment. But, you know, I do find it a little bit unprofessional that, yeah, I've talked about you, Kate. You could have rung me and said, oh, you've made this video about me, I'm not happy with it, would you take it down? Would you explain why you've done it? And I'd be like, yeah, Kate, I'm frustrated because I've tried to get hold of you, you've ignored my calls, you've made arrangements to see me. Yeah, you might have been busy, you might not have been able to come and see me that week, but you did say that you would contact me. You know, you can't, you know. By the way, this had gone on from July. She's speaking to me in July, then the start of August. Then I don't hear from her. Of course, October comes around. I've made numerous attempts to get her to contact me. I've rung 101, I've left messages. She's still not contacting me. So, yeah, I'm going to be frustrated. Yeah, I'm going to be upset because I've disclosed something. Other things are going on. Of course I'm going to be frustrated because, you know, I feel like I'm screaming and no one can actually hear me. That's how I feel, and that's how I felt then. So of course I'm going to do a video because I'm frustrated, but, you know, if she had any compassion about it, she would ring me up and say, look, I'm not happy you've done this video. You know, why have you felt the need to do that? She has every right to ring me and ask me. But she didn't, and I would have took it down. I don't even believe those videos are live. I mean, I've just looked at them. I don't think they are live. And they didn't have many views on them. So it's not like half the country have watched them. Like, it's probably the police watching them repeatedly. That's probably where I've got the views from. Because if you watch it more than once, it's going to show you've watched it more than once. And I probably watched it several times, and that's probably why I took it down. You know, at the end of the day, they're frustrating me, they're upsetting me, they're making me depressed, they're making me feel all these things that they shouldn't be making me feel. They should be helping me. And she could have rung me at the time and asked me to explain, because, you know, I would have expected that, you know, looking back. I would have expected a phone call. I would have expected her to tell me she weren't happy with me. But I'm not happy with you and the way you've dealt with it, and how you've put in this report something that's so far-fetched from reality that it didn't even happen. And I'm so glad I recorded that phone call, because, you know, a DI, why would I need to? Do you know what? I can't even comprehend why you would want to, or why you would need to. But now I feel like maybe I should have recorded every conversation with every DI I've ever had. Because what's happened? If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be able to sit and prove that I'm telling the truth. It just astounds me. I can't even find the right words to describe how it's made me feel that if I hadn't have filmed the conversation, because it was a video, you can't see me, I just put it down and I think I walk off. That's why I think it's quiet. I think I'm not quite by the phone that I'm filming on. But if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be able to do this video. Well, I could do the video, but obviously it's my word against hers, and as a police officer, she's going to be believed. And she's had the opportunity to rectify it. I will talk about that in the next video, but, you know, if she's unhappy about me doing that initial video and like, I'm not speaking to her because she's talked about me, she had every right and every opportunity to ring me and say, can you take it down? I'm not happy with what you said. Why have you said it? And we could have discussed it and sorted it out back in October 21. Not now when it's 2024. So she's, you know, she could have sorted it out. And I think most police officers would have rung me and said, look, I'm not happy with what you said. Why have you said it? Can you take it down? Yeah, I've took it down. It's not live anymore. It's private. So I can now see what I have and haven't said. I mean, that one I was playing, I was clearly frustrated with the police. But I don't mention it. I'm just frustrated with the police. And I was. And I still am. I'm upset with the police. I'm upset at being let down. I'm upset at, obviously, 2 accounts of what happened and me showing the truth of what happened. A lot of people wouldn't think to film the police, and you shouldn't have to film the police. You should be able to have a conversation with a police officer and they do the right thing. And unfortunately, that's not happened. But I'm not going to be lied about. I'm not going to be made to feel the way I've been made to feel. And there's going to be a part 4